Well, hey, and welcome to another episode of Beetle Dustino coming at you again today with yet another video, yet another What's in the Rack video. We're going to go a little Beach Boys theme today. So, before I do get started though with that, I do want to thank all my subscribers and thanks to any new subscribers. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do, and do hit the notification bell so you do know when I got new videos coming out, like another What's on the Rack or What's on the Box or What's in the Box and What's on the Rack. All right. And also, please give the video a like. It really does help out the channel. And do leave a comment. I love having a discussion with everybody. And also, before we do get started with everything fully, I do want to remind everybody I do got the contest running for the vinyl community. It's a 1 in 7 challenge. So shout out 1 to 7 other YouTubers. And then there's 7 questions that I want you to answer. You can see my video. I'll have the link in the description here. And the contest is for a $40 Amazon gift card. And it runs between August 12th and will be running until September 29th. So please get your submissions in. I do want to have a lot of people in this contest and get some new subscribers in that. But let's get on with this What's in the Box video.
I'll take the box! The box!
You took the box! Let's see what's in the box! Nothing! Absolutely nothing!
Is no one going to learn? If you go on Wheel of Fish, there's never anything in that box. But there is something in this box. So, yeah, I'm going to change it up. We've been doing a lot of Beatles lately, so I feel like I've been kind of ignoring the Beach Boys, which is another group I've kind of wanted to cover on the channel, even though I am Beetle Dustino, but the Beach Boys made me into Beetle Dustino. I probably will be doing a video on that coming up here. I'm working on it. It's taking a while. I want to do the journey from the Beach Boys to Boys to Men, yes, to the Beatles, to Jimi Hendrix, and back to the Beatles. It's kind of my working title for it. But anyways, let's get taking a look at what's in the box here. And before we get looking at what's in the box, let's talk a little about the box. This is Good Vibrations, 30 Years of the Beach Boys. It was released originally on July 29th in 1993. And it's kind of a anthology. First 4 discs kind of anthologize their career, mostly with mono singles on them. And then there's also some demos and unreleased songs. Disc 2 does feature a lot of about 30 minutes from the Smile sessions from 66 and 67. And then there's a 5th disc, a bonus disc, and it's kind of odd how they did this. And it's all previously unreleased tracks, just pretty much studio session, vocal and instrumental on that, and some rare live performances. And we'll get into a couple other things later, but let's finally take a look at what's in the box. So there is the cover, the front there, and it does got stuff pretty much on all the sides here. So show you the back here, which has got the track listing with all the disc. I don't know how well that's going to show up there. I always go bottom to top. I should be going top to bottom. So there we go. I don't know if you want to pause and take a look. And there's the one side on the one spine, the bottom, the other spine, pretty much all the same on all this, just stretched out. Really cool with this wood grain kind of surfboard looking look, and these kind of long box sets. There seem to be quite a few in my collection, and we'll open it up here. It's a nice black cardboard on the back there. For how old this set is too, and I got it used, and it still looks really good. Of course, you do got the book, and I'll pull that out. And then you do got the disc there, and we'll first look at the book, and then we'll look at the disc. But yeah, here's the book. It's about a 59-page book I saw. I'm not going to page through everything. I'll probably just hit a few highlights here. I watched Giggins' video on this just to kind of get a little refresher again, too. He kind of laughs, so this is very 90s looking. And I think he's right. Very 90s looking. Some great pictures, some talking about the music and that. Cool little surf wagon there filled up there, a little Woody all ready to go. Let's get together and do it again. There we go. So there is the book, 59-page book. We'll take a look at the disc, and we'll start with disc 1. And there is the cover on it, back with the track listing. And this was a really great box set, and I would still say to this day is probably, if you're looking for a nice Beach Boys box set, this is probably the way to go. Cost-wise and everything. And I forgot to look up the prices. I'll have them at the end here. I'm guessing it's about, I would say 25 at the low end to probably maybe about $40–45. Should get you into this box at a pretty reasonable price there, and a really decent box compared to what's came out since. They all got this kind of swirl, orange and yellow swirl capital, and then they do got the little booklet. And I'm going to show you the inside of this one. They're all the same. It's just these 2 pages with just some track info. So I'm not going to show you on the other disc. Yeah, there was disc 1, and we'll look at disc 2 here. And I noticed something interesting on these. I'll show you here after we look at all the discs. Some of the artwork on this, really cool artwork. There's the guys there. Yeah, some of I noticed with the artwork. And here's disc 3. And again, that artwork. I think that's one that really comes into play on it. Let's see, and there's the back and the disc again. And then disc 4. And the back there. And the disc. And then what I found really interesting, like I said, there were 5 discs, and the 5th disc was done a little different. So those were all jewel cases, as you can see. Disc 5 is in this little digi-sleeve, I guess you call it. And that very different artwork, very plain, just kind of the Good Vibrations Sessions. It does have a spine. No, it doesn't. I'm sorry. And the disc itself, very different than the rest there. That kind of custom label on it. And it sits really loose in this, so be very careful. Also, do watch out. A lot of the boxes for sale are missing this. If you're finding used boxes, for some reason they're missing this 5th disc. So be very careful on that. This is one you want to make sure you got that 5th disc in there. So do look out for that. Now that we got everything out of the box there, I'll show you. It's just the plastic tray. Kind of sits in there loose there. That's what's in the box. I did find this at the bottom of the box under the tray, actually. Mail away to Capitol Records, and it's just asking you your income, the types of music you listen to, how many albums do you buy a year, what entertainment equipment do you own, where do you buy your music, what influenced you to buy this record? Well, not YouTube back in 1993. Did you plan to buy this LP, or did you decide when you saw it in the store? And which entertainment magazines do you read? Really kind of interesting. And then list your 3 favorite artists and your 3 favorite cable television shows. So nowadays, you'd probably like a survey after you purchase something online. They expected you to fill this out and mail it in. I wonder how many people actually did that. I found that kind of interesting, though. That was at the bottom of the box there. A little flashback to the 90s and how we used to do things. I did mention there was a couple other things I wanted to go through with this box. Now, there was a 6-disc version. I think it was UK and Europe only, and it only had 5 songs on it. I'll have a picture of what the disc would look like up there. I think it's another just little slip sleeve disc like this one, like the 5th disc here. So really interesting that they do put a slip sleeve in with all the jewel case ones, but I suppose they would have had to make the box that much bigger just for that 5th disc. The tracks on that disc, though, are Bluebirds Over the Mountain, Tears in the Morning. The 3rd track is Here Comes the Night, the 12-inch version, and then Lady Linda and Sumahama. I never know if I say that right. Then another interesting little tidbit I saw in that, they did sell this on QVC. And I guess you could say the 6th disc if you bought it through QVC, as they had a bunch of these sitting around the previous year, 1992, their studio album that was released that year, if you remember, that they had a studio album released that year. But Summer in Paradise, this is my copy of it. This is a rare disc to find too, but supposedly with QVC, if you bought this box set when they were selling it on there, supposedly they were packaging it with Summer in Paradise. So that was an interesting little thing. Another thing I noticed, once I got a little more familiar with the set, I only got this about a year or 2 back, so I haven't had it very long, but I noticed the artwork on it looked a little familiar. The Good Vibrations Greatest Hits Volume 1 and Volume 2. I don't know if you can spot it here, but the orange in the corner there, and the heart-shaped headlight with wings, I don't know what that is. You notice that. The orange right there. There we go. We'll put them side by side. And the heart-shaped headlight with wings, as I'll call it. Thought that was kind of interesting that they did kind of incorporate that artwork between that Greatest Hits package. It didn't come out too much later after this. A few years later, 6 years later, 1999. But yeah, they used that artwork again in kind of odd places, I guess. I was a little surprised when I saw that, when I first noticed that, looking at all that. I am going to get wrapping up. Before we get wrapped up, though, I do got to remember to say the prices here. I'll have the prices up in the corner. Sorry, I forgot to look that up, but words in the corner always help me out with that anyway. Well, I'll have Discogs, Amazon, eBay, all up there. I'm sure you can find it pretty easily on any of those. Like I said, I would guess just off the top of my head, knowing when I bought this box a couple years ago, and I can't imagine it's went up much since, but I would say between 25, you might be looking a little iffy at that. 30, I would say, would be your kind of your money zone. $30 on up to maybe about 45. And you should find a nice copy of this box set. It's a really decent box set. It really is. Comparing to what's came after, I would say the Made in America set would be the next closest one. That one is a lot more expensive. I don't know. I think value-wise, I think this is the way to go. But anyways, and we'll cover that box one day coming up here on What's in the Box. Now I will get wrapping up because I am rambling here. Ramble on. Yeah, we'll pull Led Zeppelin into it too. All right. Before I do get signing out, I do want to thank all my subscribers, especially any new subscribers. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do, and do hit the notification bell. And also, please give the video a like. If you've stuck around to this point, you must like it, so please give it a like. And please leave a comment. I do love having a discussion with everybody. Also, I do want to say, again, I do got that running for the vinyl community, the contest going, contest challenge, the 1 in 7 challenge, celebrating my 1 year on YouTube and trying to push for 700 subscribers. So please get your entries in for that. It's just shout out between 1 and 7 other YouTubers and then answer 7 questions that I got there. I'll have the video linked in the bottom below here again. It's a $40 Amazon gift card, and it does run between August 12th and September 29th with the drawing on the 30th. But now, I truly am going to get wrapping up. I am Beetle Dustino, signing out.